Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is Saturday morning. I hope you had a really good week. Hope you were able to reach the goals you wanted to reach this week, to create exactly what you wanted to create this week. I hope you find yourself at the weekend being able to take a little bit of a break, find enough rest before the next week starts. Our teacher for this week is Swami Vivekananda, and I have found a couple of his thoughts which can lead us into today's meditation. Azraela, good morning, happy Saturday. Right, the first one says, we are what our thoughts have made us. We are what our thoughts have made us, so take care about what you think. Words are secondary, thoughts are alive, they travel far. So the point of the message is take care about what it is that you think. And in today's meditation, we'll jump into a practice that helps us do this, helps us see what we're thinking as we are thinking it. The next one says, believing in others is easy, but believing in yourself, that is a real challenge. Vivian, good morning, happy Saturday. Awesome seeing you too. And Charlene, a very good morning to you. Hope you guys are having a really good weekend. Next thought by Swami Vivekananda says, conquer yourself and the whole universe is yours. Conquer yourself and the whole universe is yours. And the last one, before you recap them, says the highest manifestation of strength is to keep ourselves calm and on our own feet. I really enjoyed how I said this one. The highest manifestation of strength is to keep ourselves calm and on our own feet. How to do all of these? It's really good advice. I'll read them from the back to the front again. The highest manifestation of strength is to keep ourselves calm. How do we do that though? How do we keep ourselves calm? Conquer yourself and the whole universe is yours. So how do I do that? How do I conquer myself? It says believing in others is easy, but believing in yourself is the real challenge. How do I get to a place where I have more belief in myself? And then back to the first one, we are what our thoughts made us, so take care about what it is that you think. How do I do that? How do I take care of what it is that I think? Today's meditation is called the observer, being the observer. And how does this play a role? How can being the observer help us come closer to all of these suggestions by Swami Vivekananda? Being able to take a step back and seeing me in a situation. And we'll go through a situation today. You'll choose the example. If I can look back and I can see myself in a situation yesterday or last week or last month and have some objectivity over seeing myself in that situation. What is it that happened? How is it that I spoke? What is that I'd like to do next? What were the thoughts I was thinking in that moment? The more we practice being that observer in hindsight, without judging ourselves, without criticizing ourselves, but just seeing what played out when it played out. The more we practice doing that, the more we can find ourselves in the moment of being triggered. Just imagine being really angry. And before you say something that you think you might regret, you find yourself being the observer, seeing you being angry, seeing you about to say something that you could regret. Imagine that. I think that is a superpower. If you develop the ability to observe your thinking in the moment, just imagine if all of us do that. If every human in the world does that better, it will be a completely different place. So if you're ready, let's jump into today's journey. Today's meditation is called The Observer. You can close your eyes and let's dive in. Starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Big breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Take a deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill your belly with air, feel yourself grow from your core in all directions. Feel yourself expand as you breathe in. Once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. As you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. I want you to really feel this ebb and flow. Breathing in and breathing out. Rising and also falling. creating. And also letting go. Being strong, powerful, feeling your power rise. But also soft, and allowing yourself to collapse. Embracing what is strong, what is hard, and mixing it with what is soft and flexible. While you continue your full body breathing, think of this. What would happen if you inhaled and never stopped inhaling? Life became one long, ever continuing inhale. I mean, clearly that wouldn't make sense. What if the opposite were true? What if you're exhaling, softening, collapsing, and that never stopped? Only softening, only one long, continuous exhale forever. Sometimes it's so clear how we need both, not just in our breath, but in everything we do. When iron was discovered, it changed the world. The plow was made, agriculture spread, but plows kept breaking. Swords made of iron kept breaking. And then iron was made even better by adding softer metals to it. When softer metals were added to hard iron, it became more flexible. We have to embrace both, the inhale and the exhale, the strong and our own softness. We have to allow ourselves to collapse, knowing, trusting that just like an exhale, it never lasts forever. It is what is called for right now, and the more ease with which you let go, the stronger you will rise. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward. Roll out your neck muscles, forward and to the left, and also forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward. And big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. See if you can curve your spine into a shape of a banana. And do that on the left, and also do that on the right. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch, you can move, you can adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having stepped into presence as much as we can, let's turn inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale that you possibly can. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, feel all the way into your body. Can you feel every muscle that is currently softening? Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, follow that downwards flow. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper and deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. As you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your body dissolving. Feel yourself slipping into a deeper surrender with with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. Feel the air flow in through your nostrils and keep following. Feel the air touch the back of your throat and keep following. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs and keep following. And then as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. You're journeying into you. You are holding you inside of you. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy, and follow it with a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath, diving deep into you. This is like giving yourself a long, warm hug. Take your next big breath. Today's journey is a practice of being the observer. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, I want you to find an example. The most recent example could be today, could be yesterday, could be last week, could be last month, but the most recent example of yourself being triggered. It might be that you were really angry. It might be that you were really sad. Or a range of possible different emotions and triggers. See if you can remind yourself of a specific incident. With your next big breath, see which one comes to you. Take your next big breath. I have found my example. happens to be about 2 months ago, being incredibly angry. Whichever example comes to you, that's what we're working with. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, so you can find a clear image of you in that moment, of you being really triggered. Take your next big breath. Let's observe of this moment of you being triggered. Let's observe as much as we can. Let's play this role of observer to its fullest extent. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, can you describe yourself physically in that moment? What were you wearing? Were you walking? Were you sitting? Were you pacing? Were you lying down? What can you see physically of you in that moment being triggered? Take your next big breath. Can you remember what it felt like inside your body? What was happening inside your body in that moment that you felt so triggered? Take your next big breath. were you saying? What were the words that you were using in that moment of being so highly triggered? And if you weren't using any words, what were your thoughts in that moment? What was going through your mind in that moment of being triggered? Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together. Slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. So let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release. Make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, invite softness into every cell of your body. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back. You can lie all the way back down. And feel yourself just floating. We are practicing being the observer. I want you to go back to getting a clear picture of you in that moment, being very triggered. I want you to get this picture so clearly that you can see this person and even ask this person, this you, this version of you, ask it a question. And you might be surprised, you might get an answer. Remind yourself again of what this trigger was, what you were feeling while you were so triggered. And then ask yourself, your triggered self, this question. What is it that you were afraid would happen? What is it that you were afraid would happen? Give it a minute. I'll check in with you in a minute. While you look at this version of you, this part of you that was so triggered, the same question can be asked in a different way too. While you look at this part of you, ask the question, what is it that you want for me? What is it that you want for us? Also, the question could be framed, what is your deep desire for me? What is your deep desire for us? Take a moment. As you find yourself observing this part of you, can you find any compassion for this human? Human that was triggered and perhaps in that moment not able to contain the emotions. Can you find compassion for this human being? If the same situation were to arise again, if you were to find yourself in the same spot again, how would you like to react differently? With the benefit of hindsight, let's rehearse the future. If this were to happen again, how would you like to do things differently? And then the question that does not need to be answered, but this question does need to be asked. While you're looking, while you're observing, while you are so clearly seeing this part of you, who are you right now being? is looking? Who is being the observer? It doesn't need an answer. But in every moment that you're able to take a step back and look at these different parts of you, who are you being? But know this, every time you're able to stop, take a step back and look at the different parts of you. The critic, the protector, the victim, or your anger, your sadness, your fear, your guilt, your shame. Every time you're able to do this, you are practicing. You're practicing being this other something. And the more you practice, like with everything you practice, the better you get at it. The more you practice being able to take a step back and observe all of these very human parts of you, the more you are being this other something. And with more practice, this just becomes easier. Ram Dass answered this with, I am this. I am. I love you all. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude left to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you. And I invite you to say your own. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this space. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning to stop and take a step back and observe and see. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for seeing the more reactive parts of me with more compassion. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for becoming better and better at being the observer. But also being kind to myself in the moments where I fail being that. Just pick up the practice again. And one more big breath in. Say thank you to you. And that one is especially for you, Vic. Good morning. Hey, somebody. Dimitri, good afternoon. And Ange, good morning. I love this journey with you. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for stepping up for you. Thank you for showing up for you. It is so much one of the best medicines, Charlie and I agree. Every morning I say, welcome, or when I say it is time for your daily meditation, it does sound in my head like it's time for your daily medication. Thank you, Israela. Love you all. Have a beautiful day. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.